getting to know some Indians have managed to come back. Emirates flight has returned to Bengaluru. Listen in to what some of these Indians had to say about the situation they faced.
कुछ भी नहीं है यहाँ, जैसे दिल्ली में है वैसे ही माहौल है वहाँ पे।
तो इंटरनेशनल जिस तरीके से इस समय हालात बने हुए
नहीं, बहुत अच्छे हालात, कोई खराब नहीं है वहाँ पे, कोई खराब नहीं है हालात, बहुत अच्छे हैं, मालूम ही नहीं किसी को क्या हो रहा है।
और मतलब कुछ ऐसी चेतावनी वगैरह कुछ दी गई है सरकार द्वारा, कोई एडवाइजरी जारी?
नहीं, हमको कुछ भी एडवाइजरी नहीं, कुछ मालूम ही नहीं पड़ा हमारे को कि क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है।
सर, योर गुड नेम?
मोहम्मद इदरीस। माहौल है वहाँ पे, कुछ भी नहीं है यहाँ, जैसे दिल्ली में है वैसे ही माहौल है वहाँ पे।
तो इंटरनेशनल जिस तरीके से इस समय हालात बने हुए
नहीं, बहुत अच्छे हालात, कोई खराब नहीं है वहाँ पे, कोई खराब नहीं है हालात, बहुत अच्छे हैं, मालूम ही नहीं किसी को क्या हो रहा है।
और मतलब कुछ ऐसी चेतावनी वगैरह कुछ दी गई है सरकार द्वारा, कोई एडवाइजरी जारी?
नहीं, हमको कुछ भी एडवाइजरी नहीं, कुछ मालूम ही नहीं पड़ा हमारे को कि क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है।
सर, योर गुड नेम?
मोहम्मद इदरीस।
Let's go across to my colleague Shefali, who is joining us live right now from the IGI airport in the national capital. Shefali, a big relief for at least some of the Indians who did manage to come back, because after Dubai decided to shut the operations at its international airport, the world's busiest airport, it did cause a lot of panic among people living in the parts of Middle East, especially Indians. Tell us a little bit more about the first flight that has returned safely to Bengaluru.
Right. So we know that now Dubai airport has announced that it will resume its operation, but not in a full-fledged manner, but very limited operations have started from Dubai airport. And now yesterday we saw Emirates and Etihad flight flying from Dubai to various parts of Delhi, of India, like Delhi. One of the flights reached Delhi yesterday, and Bengaluru, as the passenger in our interview said. So now passengers are getting relief, as in a way where they were stuck at Dubai or different parts of Middle East countries. Now they are being the special relief flights are being sent for them, and they are coming back to India. Right now we are at IGI airport, and first Air India flight AI 916 has landed. It departed from Dubai this morning and has now landed in Delhi, and we'll be expecting some passengers coming from that very shortly. So now these relief operations have been started by Indian Airlines as well, where they're bringing back the stranded passengers who are there in the Gulf areas.
Right. Shefali, stay on with us. More breaking inputs coming in at this point in time. Like you told us, several Indian carriers have now started relief flights to bring stranded Indians back to India. We're talking about SpiceJet now. We're learning that SpiceJet, the Indian carrier, is expected to operate 4 special flights from UAE. Efforts are now being made to bring back stranded Indians, stranded passengers to return to India. 4 special flights, in fact, are being arranged by SpiceJet, and flights, in fact, to be operated from parts of UAE. Let's go back to Shefali once again to get a quick update on this particular aspect as well. Shefali, if you could tell us a little bit about the 4 special flights that SpiceJet is going to be operating. How are Indians supposed to, get more details on these? Because yesterday, the Ministry of Civil Aviation also announced that Indigo, on the other hand, is going to be also, in fact, launching 10 special flights from the Middle East to bring Indians back?
Right, there's still no clarity on the passengers who are on board, as to that the passengers have already booked the flights and are the airline's passenger, or they are bringing any Indian who is stranded in the Gulf area. They are bringing them. Is it a evacuation, or is it just a relief? There's still no clarity on that front. But now we are learning that SpiceJet is also operating flights from UAE. 4 special flights will be operated by SpiceJet today, which is on 3rd of March. And from tomorrow, they are restoring their normal operations from UAE to Delhi and Bombay. And it will go on. They have also mentioned that these special flights will continue to operate till the stranded passengers will be brought back to India. And as you mentioned about Indigo, the ministry has announced that special flights will be operated by Indigo today, although we still do not have the schedule of those flights as to when these flights will be landing back in India.
Right.
We know that these flights will be brought back to Mumbai, Hyderabad and Ahmedabad airports from UAE.
All right. Thank you very much, Shefali. Appreciate you joining us with your inputs on this particular story. Let me also go back to my guests who continue to be with us at this point in time. And Lieutenant General KJS Dhillon, I also want to understand from you, the strategy that could be at play here, because of course there are statements coming in, but I'm sure there is a lot happening behind the scenes as well. Now, what do you make of Iran targeting the, American assets and some civilian areas reportedly in the Middle East? We haven't really seen, apart from Saudi Arabia, any other country in the Gulf openly coming out and, speaking against Iran in this operation. They all perhaps seem to be in a wait-and-watch mode. It seems to be a fight between, as of now, if you look at the Middle East, between Iran and America in the Middle East. So what do you make of it? Is this an attempt by Iran to rally support of the GCC club so that there is pressure on Trump to come back to the negotiation table?
You have asked 3-4 questions coupled in one question. So I'll take them one by one and try and amplify or explain the aspects. See, this whole region around the Persian Gulf, all the smaller countries, the GCC mainly, they had bought a lot of defense hardware from America in terms of aircrafts and other things. But the overall air defense was granted by the Americans. Now, what has happened is Iran is hitting all these countries for basically 2-3 reasons. One is it is trying to tell them that Americans are not, capable of giving you protection which you expected. I am the big boss in the region. And second aspect is he is hitting them for their, having entered into Abraham Accords. And third is he is hitting them because he wants the world to rally around and say enough damage is being caused, crude oil prices are shooting up, and let's stop this war. And big players come in and say, okay, you please calm down and stop this war. So these are 3-4 aims together. And one of the major aim or a lesson learned from the history from Vietnam War and all, America can afford anything. 2 things America cannot afford. One is America cannot afford a hit on their homeland. And second is America cannot afford the body bags coming home. So when they are hitting the American assets and embassies and their air bases and their bases, which are causing physical fatalities to the American soldiers, that pressure back home is going to build up on President Trump. And this is a very crucial year in America. It's a midterm year. And ratings of President Trump in America are at all-time low.
Right.
So with these body bags trying to generate emotive, feelings in American homeland, all this coupled together, that's why I'm saying it's an attrition warfare and it's going to go a long way.
Okay.
In addition to one more point I want to make, which has not been discussed.
Okay.
See, we must be very clear. Lone wolf attacks on American homeland and the countries which are involved in the region will also happen.
Okay.
Hezbollah, Hamas, they have a lot of suicidal bombers who can result into lone wolf attacks in public areas causing innocent civilian casualties.
Okay. Now, this is important. Lone wolf attacks, you're saying, can also not really be ruled out. One should expect that as well as we move ahead in this war. We're slipping into another very, very short break. More updates, viewers, lined up for you. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few minutes.